Guys, today we've got Off-White and Jordan confirmed, the most insane Nike shoe I think I've ever seen. And is Jordan Brand just completely cooked? Welcome to Sneaky Sunday and welcome to Las Vegas. I'm here for the week, but you know I cannot skip a Sneaky Sunday episode. And hopefully I'll have a banger sneaker shopping video for you guys in a few days. But with that, let's get started with a little release recap. First off, Nike Skims just dropped their full collection. Now obviously it's all just girl stuff, so nothing that obviously I'm going to be picking up, but this definitely is a big moment for Nike, and obviously it generated a lot of hype. And also in an interview with Complex, Kim Kardashian did say that Nike and Skims are going to be doing sneakers in the near future. She said that it's not just a new colorway, it's actually something unique, so that could be a brand new sneaker model, although it could also just be like one of the random Nike models that's not that popular. We'll have to wait and see, but just know that she confirmed that they're going to be doing something. September 27th, we had the Tokyo 5s. Now, at the time of recording, it is the 27th, and I don't think I'm going to be able to find them here in Vegas, but I'll do my best because that would be an amazing pickup, but it seems like the Nike sneakers app is the main place to actually grab them. And according to the internet, these things are extremely limited, so if you manage to get a W on these, let me know down in the comments. And then this one's really random and maybe kind of cool. I think I like the idea, but the whole Tom Sachs Nike saga is not over, because apparently anybody who didn't manage to get the Mars Yard 3.0s is going to have a participation trophy, and that comes in the form of an exclusive loser colorway is what they're calling it. So it's a general purpose shoe that essentially is only available to people who partook in the ISRU camp thing that Tom Sachs did, and you can actually place a pre-order for this pair of shoes, which ends on the 3rd of October. So if you're watching this now and you did partake, make sure you get your registrations in on the ISRU app. It's actually a really cool colorway. I like it a lot, and it also has like this little special Tom Sachs Nike Craft ISRU thing on the side, just to kind of showcase, you know, everybody who partook in this program. And it's also making anybody who didn't partake, like me, even more jealous, because like I would probably pick these things up. Either way, $110 for these, so yeah, go and grab them if you didn't know that this was going on. Moving on to some upcoming stuff, we got a little GANNI New Balance loafer collaboration on September the 30th. These things actually look pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Now, I don't think I could personally pull them off, but they do look like some kind of luxury shoe rather than just a New Balance sneaker. You got all of the snakeskin and patent leather that you could ever want on a pair of shoes like this. And again, it's gonna be dropping through New Balance. I just thought I'd mention it because, you know, as far as like a crazy sneaker loafer goes, it's pretty interesting. This one I did not expect, but apparently the Nike sneakers app is going to be dropping the Sushi Club Air Forces, something that I thought was only going to be available through the Sushi Club website. But no, these things are going to be dropping on the Nike sneakers app, so anybody who wanted this pair, feel free to go for them. Personally, it's definitely not one for me. It's just a little bit too plain. It's like, I get the idea and the lore behind it, but not one for me. It's just a little bit too simple. Then of course, we still got all of the conspiracies and all of the drama surrounding the Travis Fragment Jordan 1. So I think we have a little bit more clarity on what's going on with the release. Still not fully confirmed what's going on, but here's everything we know as of right now. They were supposed to drop September 20th. They did not drop, so now the next release date potentially, according to Sneaker News, is November the 8th. And the way that they came up with that date is nothing official. They had to do some digging. As of right now, it is still up in the air whether these things are going to be a Tokyo exclusive, because as we know, Travis Scott posted an image on Instagram which said Tokyo underneath the image of this sneaker. But at the same time, that November date also coincides with his tour, which is going to be in Tokyo, or at least one of the stops on his tour. And Sneaker News is speculating that it could still be a global release, but the ones in Tokyo will be kind of like a special package. So if you see down here, this is a special package for people who attend the concert, kind of like how they did at Complex Con with the Jumpman Jacks, where there was special VIP tickets that if you bought the ticket, you also got the shoes included, which potentially could be this. So look, overall, it's not looking great for this pair of sneakers. For what we thought was going to be kind of like a mainstream global release, typical, you know, Jordan 1, Travis Scott type stuff, is now turning into something that looks extremely exclusive, extremely backdoored at this point. Just for people who are trying to get these things for retail, it's not great. But November the 8th, placeholder date, be ready for that, and if we get any more updates, I'll let you guys know. Sticking with Travis Scott, we got the Travis Scott's at home with this colorway. Title is, did Travis Scott approve of this Jordan Legacy 312 low? And looking at it, man, these things look so similar to the Jumpman Jacks. This has to be the main inspiration for the Travis Scott Jumpman Jacks. Like, look how similar they look. Now, this colorway is definitely elevated. You've got like tumbled leather, you've got pretty nice looking materials, and overall the colorway is pretty solid as well. All it's missing is a backward swoosh, and it could practically be a freaking Travis Scott release. Funnily enough, we don't have an actual release date on these, but for anybody who wanted to pick these things up, these are official images, so they should be dropping soon. And also, this one I thought was freaking hilarious. Take a look at what the Jumpman Jacks could have been. Wow, I am so surprised they let this one slip from the archives in terms of a leaked image, because this is haunting. So this is a prototype of the Jumpman Jacks. I don't know if I've seen an uglier shoe for a minute. I don't know why they look so bad, but there's just something about this colorway which I'm like, thank God they didn't drop this. It's just like the paneling and everything is just a little bit random. Like, what is this just random little like rectangle of material peeking through? This brown colorway is really not helping either. You've got like this weird half oval with the Jumpman on the back. It's really not a great colorway. Thank God this was just a prototype. It should not be releasing to the public. And obviously we have the Jumpman Jacks, which is still kind of debatable. You know, people have been going back and forth of whether those are good looking in and of itself. Either way, thought I'd show you these because it's definitely interesting. A couple more drops around the corner. First one is the Vomero Premium from Nike. These are going to be globally launching on October the 16th. That is now set in stone. However, it will have a very small launch, I believe, just in the US on October the 2nd, and that is just going to be through select shops. So basically, the main launch is going to be on the 16th, and honestly, I did a review on these things recently. If you haven't seen it, check it out, but these things are insane. Mind-blowing, and the softest shoe I have ever put on my foot, so definitely check that out. Another one I'm super excited about is the AE2 from Adidas, Anthony Edwards' second signature sneaker. These are going to be dropping on October the 4th in the With Love colorway. Now, I went over everything in my review of this pair of shoes and compared it to the AE1. All I'm going to say is I'm excited for this pair of shoes. I'm also excited that we're getting plenty more colorways like this one. This one is like a all-over black and red pair. They're calling this one Lucid Red, but it's predominantly black and white. Man, I do love the colorway. Like, it's going to be super wearable. This is a great sneaker, by the way, but I do like the idea of like how they've structured this pair of shoes in terms of like all the different paneling. Some of the brighter colors are looking better than some of the plain ones. In terms of wearability, this is a banger. Now, these are official images, so I imagine these drop shortly after the main release. In fact, House of Heat is saying that these are going to drop on the same day as the With Love colorway. I don't know about that, but October 4th, be on the lookout if you're interested in the AE2s. They're fun. This one's pretty interesting. So some Nike and Jordan brand clothing. I mean, recently they've been putting out some heat, so I thought I would include some of these things. First one is a Real Tree camo collection for fall winter 2025. This is from Jordan brand, and I'm actually interested in a couple of these pieces. First up, we got a pair of what looks like just sweatpants, but they're calling these woven pants, so they will have some like actual structure to them. They're looking real nice, and even the fit on them is looking great. Then we got this workwear jacket. Personally, not really my thing. I imagine it's going to be pretty expensive as well, but you can't really go wrong with Real Tree camo at this point. It's looking pretty dope. We got some tees, a little bit more on the basic side, so probably wouldn't go for these. We got sweatpants over here. These are cuffed as well. Where's my favorite piece? Hoodies, and we also got this jersey. Yeah, this one's looking fly. Like, I like this one a lot. So yeah, mesh jersey with the Jordan text on the front, all Real Tree camo. More tees, some women's stuff, some crew necks. I think it's a cool collection, and this hockey jersey is really nice as well. As far as release, all of this is going to be dropping this holiday season. Some real nice gems in here, but yeah, let's keep it moving. Also, the internet's been going crazy about this jersey. It's the Nike SRL skeleton jersey, also dropping holiday season. It kind of looks like a CPFM collaboration, I'm not gonna lie. So you've got like a rib cage on the front, bunch of different Nike logos and patches on there as well, all over that kind of like breathable mesh material with a really nice high neck collar. I like this one. Sticking with Jordan brand clothing, kind of. A Jordan Supreme collaboration is going to be happening next year. Now, we don't have too much information on this, whether there will be shoes, footwear, anything like that involved, but what we do know is that there's going to be a $700 leather jacket. They're going to be doing shorts, jerseys, fleece hoodies, track jackets, track pants, and here's all of the retail prices. Yeah, it's that leather jacket that's really going to break the bank, but I'm sure that's probably going to be the piece that flies off of shelves. Now, again, this is something where it's like, if Jordan and Supreme collaborate, likelihood of seeing sneakers is pretty high, so fingers crossed, because I know that could be pretty exciting. But as of right now, all we have confirmed is the clothing. And speaking of 2026, another Jordan brand confirmed is the Off-White Jordan 1s. They're back on the schedule, baby. These things have been like rumored, canceled, rumored again, but now I think it's pretty safe to say these things were never scrapped completely, even though they were supposed to drop 20th of December. All that happened was that they were pushed to next year. So we should still be getting the Alaska colorway, aka the Euros, for $190 springtime 2026. So as of right now, the only kind of information that we're going off of is that it should be a one-to-one remake of the 2018 original. However, what they potentially could do is replace the Off-White branding on the medial section for just Virgil Abloh branding, which is what they did on the Air Force One. As we know, the Sesame colorway, that is something that I thought was pretty unique. So it could, like, basically with this text over here, instead of saying Off-White, it could just say Virgil Abloh for Nike. I guess it kind of opens the door for them to do a lot more collaborations with Virgil Abloh instead of Off-White officially. Either way, I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more in terms of information, photos, and actual pictures of these things very, very soon. So as soon as we do, I'll let you guys know. Little update on the Costco Nike SB Dunk, one of the wildest releases and collaborations I think we've ever seen. So we've got some more images, and it's now revealed some extra hidden details, which I thought is pretty hilarious. So you can see a little up close of the tongue over here. It says Nike Skateboarding Dunk Low Pro. On the reverse of that, on the inside of the tongue, you've got Kirkland signature skateboarding shoe, $135 price tag, which is kind of printed on like they do in the store for like different items. Underneath the insole, on the little Zoom pod unit thing, you've got the hot dog, the $1.50 hot dog from freaking Costco. And then obviously a giant Kirkland sticker on the insole as well, or just kind of printed on there. And then the sneaker itself, or just the dunk itself, is basically kind of replicating Kirkland or Costco sweatpants. So it's got like sweatpant material, which a lot of people are speculating that these are going to be some kind of tear away or wear away material, because as of right now, they're looking super plain and just like one color. So who knows, there could be some even more hidden details underneath this fabric on the top. I think we'll see some images soon, but surely someone's got to cut these things open and find out. Do us a favor, if anybody has an early pair of these things, do it. As far as the release, we know that these are going to be dropping this holiday season, and how they're going to drop is exclusively through Costco at their mega store locations. That kind of makes sense, and I wonder how interesting that release is going to be. Are they going to be like lines for this pair of shoes? Are people going to be super hyped about it? I mean, it is such a weird collaboration. It does have the internet talking, so yeah, I'd love to see what this release is like when it actually happens. Right, we got some more information on the Union Fragment Jordan 1. So, I mean, we keep on seeing different colorways and stuff like that, and almost at this point, it feels like Union is doing a little bit too much now. They got the Fragment one. They're going to be dropping 3 colorways of their Union Fragment collaboration, which is wild. They obviously just did the 3rd colorway of their, I guess, this stitch-on style, the 2 colorway thing. So it just feels like we're getting a lot of Union Jordan 1s at this point. But this is the first time that we're kind of officially seeing the actual shoe of one of their, I think this is probably going to be the most hyped colorway, which apparently is limited to 44,000 pairs. So damn near impossible to get, but yeah, here's some better shots over here. And I must say, it's a very nice colorway. Very, very nice. I would love to get my hands on these things, but it does seem like they're going to be pretty hard to get. Let me know what you guys think. It's pretty much, in terms of all of the details, pretty much on par for what we know, Union to do. So you've got like the stitching on the top, which is like red and black, and then down below, it's pretty much just true to Fragment colors, a lot of blue, nice blue outsole as well to kind of finish things off. This is definitely the best colorway out of the 3 that Fragment, Union, and Jordan Brand are going to be doing. Either way, these are going to be dropping 2026, so we don't have any kind of super details in terms of like exactly when these are going to be dropping, just at some point during the spring. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how well these do, because I feel like there might be some union fatigue at this point. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Sticking with Jordan 1s, I feel like this one came out of nowhere. I haven't seen these online yet, but this is going to be an upcoming holiday 2025 release. It's called the Sale University Red Jordan 1. Expected in full family size run. It's a very, very nice colorway. It looks like you've got almost exposed foam for the tongue, or at least a transparent material on top showcasing the foam underneath. On the toe box, you've got a little embroidered Jumpman, which is interesting. And then underneath, you've got the flight text through the semi-translucent outsole. This is a nice colorway, like for sure. Some really interesting details, so I wonder what the whole storyline is behind it. Elephant print for the Nike swoosh. If I can get these things on sale, I would pick them up. I think this is a nice colorway, but as we know, yeah, things are not looking great for the Jordan 1, which is a story we'll get into in a minute. But first, we need to talk about one of the wildest Nike shoes I think I have ever seen. This is the Nike Mind 001 recovery slide. So first of all, these things, it kind of feels like the Cybertruck of shoes. One of the weirdest polarizing designs out there. So it's still a slide for the most part. It's got like, you know, a triangle shape from the side profile, a weird vertical Nike swoosh. I don't know if I've ever seen them do that. Maybe slightly looks like this for the Ja 3s where they kind of angled it downwards, but that's a random element to put on it. The material looks like it's all over foam. However, on the top, it also looks like maybe some kind of fabric material. Underneath has to be the wildest things, because as you see, you've got all of these little orbs that are orange, these little, you know, circular spheres, which are, I guess, showing through on the insole, but also underneath. That's going to be what you're walking on, is these weird little orange circles. I have no idea what material they are, if they're going to be comfortable, but these are official images, so we won't have to wait long to find out. But it's such a strange pair of shoes. So these are going to be available this holiday season for $90. I'm definitely going to be buying them to check them out, because this has to be one of the weirdest looking shoes. Maybe they're incredibly comfortable. I have no idea. Let me know what you think about these down in the comment section, and would you wear them? Interesting update. Bianca Censori is going to be dropping her first ever fashion brand on October the 13th. Bianca Censori, for anybody who doesn't know, Kanye West's wife, and there is this page online. She's calling it Bianca. That's the name of the brand. So I imagine this is pretty much the $20 Yeezy stuff, although it could be super expensive. It looks like it might be. I don't know. I mean, I thought she was an architect, but now she's a clothing designer. I don't know what's going on here, but it could be interesting for women's clothing potentially, even though Yeezy did drop a bunch of women's stuff for $20. It'll be interesting to see how this clashes, because we got $20 Yeezy and then Bianca's new brand. It's strange, but I thought I'd mention it because there could be some affordable stuff, or it could not be. It could be high fashion stuff. Speaking of high fashion, Puma just did the unthinkable and is going to be dropping some Prada cups. Now, it's not actual Prada cups, but they look identical. Like, these are the Prada cups at home, and I'm not a big fan of Prada cups. I do like sometimes the look, but $950 on those things, that was never going to happen for me personally. But $110 on some Pumas, now we're talking. So this apparently is an actual collaboration with BlackEyePatch, whoever that is. Maybe they're super famous or something like that. You guys let me know down in the comment section. But apparently these are going to be dropping soon. These are the official images. You've got BlackEyePatch on the back, some Puma branding, and yes, for anybody who wants affordable, you know, Prada cups, this could be the shoe to go for. Not entirely sure when the release is, but if we get any more updates, I'll let you guys know. Here's a story that I wanted to mention. So this post has been going around online, and it's certainly not the first time we've seen a post like this, but this is pretty staggering to see. Every new Air Jordan release is still sitting in stores. Now, I want to talk about this mainly because I'm here in Vegas and I've been sneaker shopping for a few days now. Places that I've been, Nike stores, random retail stores like Shoe Palace or Foot Locker, they have a staggeringly large amount of retros sat in stores. All of the ones you see here are available. I've been to the Nike outlet, and the things I've seen there are wild for Jordans that have been set, even collaborations. I'm not going to spoil the video, but it's pretty insane. So with these shots here, we've got deep discounts on the rare Air Jordan 1s. We've got shattered backboards, at least for retail, potentially on sale. We've got Cavestone 4s, rare Air 3s, Fire Red 5s. These things dropped recently, completely sat. Some great 5s as well. And how quick these things are going on sale is pretty alarming. It's like, you know, we just had a release of the shattered backboards, and I've seen them on sale. UNC 1s at the freaking Nike outlets were dirt cheap. Now, this is very interesting for me personally, because it's like, I don't know if I've seen it this crazy. Like, I feel like Jordan Brand, for some of these colorways, they would have been absolute highlights for any year, but in 2025 it's like there's so much dropping, and just, I guess, the general state of Jordan retros, it might be a complete pivot where people are just interested in other stuff, and retro Jordans are kind of falling off. Now, obviously, this is a great thing for anybody who wants stuff like this, because, I mean, I've picked up some gems for retail, which I'm super happy about, but it's a really interesting state that the sneaker game is in right now, specifically when it comes to Jordan sneakers. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and have you been able to pick up any steals from any of these stores for discounted Jordan sneakers? All right, as we do every single Sunday, you know, we gotta get to the sneaky rankings. I asked you guys on Instagram what's on feet, and now we're gonna rate it. Damn, Steve already flexing the Tokyo 5s. Where the hell did you get them already? Unless he literally just got them from the store, threw them on feet, even did a lace swap, or maybe he got them from like the Tokyo exclusive release. Either way, 9 out of 10 for going straight to feet, and I actually kind of like the little lace swap here. Mr. Stark or something, I think is your handle, but you got the bricks on feet, and I'm never gonna get tired of looking at this shoe. Every time I see them in public, I'm like, damn, those things are fire. It's just so unfortunate that they cost so damn much money. I was almost gonna buy them when they were like $400-500, but I completely missed the boat on that, and now they look like they're gonna hit a grand. 9.5. I freaking love this shoe. Damn, Mike, you trying a little bit too hard to get them Gucci boxes in the shot. We got the purple Noctas. Definitely prefer the second Hot Steps over these, and the Gucci Flex is a little bit crazy. I'm gonna give you a 5. Ooh, I think Zaina's got the Trunners on feet. The new Trunner OSs. They are super comfortable. Literally the most comfortable Jordan I've ever put on my feet, and this Black Cat colorway goes hard. Oof. 8.5, solid, especially with the black fit. Oh my lord, we got, oh my god. Bro's got the little slides with the little socks. This is a crazy fit. Oh my lord, do you actually rock this casually? Tadias, I think is how you say your name. This is an abomination. 1 out of 10 for sure. Damn, the Mika has the Yeezy tactical boots, and this has got to be one of the cleanest fits. It's kind of a tough boot to style because it's so thin, and it is really like a tactical boot. So like styling it with like baggy pants looks a little bit awkward, but this, like the parachute pants where it's like kind of cuffed or tucked in, solid. Fit is great. Love the visors. I'm gonna give you an 8.9. This fire. But that wraps it up for this week's episode of Sneaky Sunday. Don't forget we do this every single Sunday, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, and of course, like always, I'm gonna throw another video in the top left hand corner. Check it out.